Welcome to the Thursday Thoughts podcast from Free Church. Following Jesus is more than an ideology, it's a way of life. It's never a linear journey, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. We would love to help you follow Jesus, know your true identity, grow in freedom, and go to live with the purpose that God has for you. Each episode, we have conversations about the way of life that Jesus invites us into.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode with Keanan and Lee. Keanan, over to you.
Keanan and Lee.
No, bro, Keanan and Lee.
Okay, it's Keanan and Lee.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, guys, this is a new series we're kicking off, and
episode.
it's the first episode. So, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Don't worry, we'll be back next week.
With another episode.
Yeah. So
what we're doing is, before Thursday Thoughts, we have like a blooper thing. Is it bloopers? What do you call it, bloopers?
yes.
So we're just doing our own
We're
thing.
starting the
So
office.
we're using the equipment to start our own thing first.
So the
before.
office South Africa. That's what
Yes.
it's gonna be. You guys are gonna see it. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, so I think, Keanan, how is this year? Like, sorry, guys, my English bundles are almost done. It's December time almost. Yeah, Keanan, for this year, like, what was your highlights? What were your highlights? That's proper English, nah? What were your highlights?
Yeah.
Not that bad.
So, I think there's been a lot of highlights, especially in Free Church.
Okay.
A lot of holidays, a lot of time away. I think one of the biggest highlights is being a part of the church community,
Okay.
helping it grow.
You know, you don't have to say that because you're on the church's podcast, eh? You can have some other things as well.
I'm not on payroll, guys. So
You getting paid?
you guys are getting paid? What?
I think for me, it's like being able to finish my studies. Okay, I obviously have to continue next year with a few subjects because I failed in the first year, subject. Yeah, but I think my highlight was obviously...
As long as you're failing forward.
Oh my, word
That's
of wisdom.
important.
Come on, man of God. Drops mic. Okay, cool.
No.
Okay, so that was yours, like community.
Yeah, I think I've been blown away with the community in the church.
You're also moving into a new place soon.
I'm moving into a new place.
Well done, man.
I can't drop the location just in case.
It's just in case people rock up there.
Yeah.
But it's secure. So people need a code to get in, so it's perfect.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay, cool.
good.
Well done, man. Okay, cool. And then also, what are your plans for next year?
So next year, there's big things happening next year,
Nice.
guys. There's a trip to Zambia.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be doing missions. Lee-Roy's coming with. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I
you're coming?
didn't.
Okay, now we're telling him he's coming with.
As I have a question for you, Keanan. As a young person, do you think it is necessary for you to have goals or plans for the next few years? And why?
So I'm going to get philosophical. then.
Okay. What does that mean?
I like self-help books.
Okay.
It was your wife who asked me what books I like to read.
Yeah.
And I told her, no, I like self-help books.
Okay. Who's your
So-
favorite author?
Ish.
You don't have a favorite
No,
author?
no,
Okay,
I'm not
self-help.
like, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
But,
I'm listening.
but one that I read was Atomic Habits.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, by James Clear. And he speaks about setting up systems
Yeah.
and how important it is. And people think that having habits and set habits locks you. But what it actually does is it frees up your mental space
Okay.
so that you can think more deeply and more critically about other problems. So like having those habits set and fixed
Yeah.
actually provides more freedom. So
Interesting.
when it comes to having a plan, I think it's big. 2 years ago, I started writing down my yearly goals.
Okay.
And I pushed to achieve it.
Yeah.
So I think it's big to have goals
100%.
and then from those goals to develop plans to achieve those goals.
Cool.
And yeah, I think it's valuable, especially for young people, because a lot of them don't know what they're doing.
I feel like, obviously, like grade 11, going to grade 12, I didn't have like a plan, like what I'm going to do after. I think I wanted to become a taxi driver, you know that. And then I think after matric, my friends always ask me, like, what are you going to do? I'm like, taxi driver. And they were all laughing because I think I wasn't ambitious towards something. And then, yeah, I think I only started deciding after matric, like, what is it I want to become or do rather with life. So I think I agree with you 100%. I think it's very important for you to have like a plan, even if your plan isn't structured in a way where this is going to be in the next 5 years. I'm going to become the following.
And I think it's okay not to know
Yeah.
what you want to do at that young age.
100%.
Which is something, another cool thing next year is leadership college.
Leadership is coming up. Leadership college is coming up.
That could be a great gap year that kids could take
Also
to
a way
figure
for
stuff out.
also a way for you to find out like what is your purpose in life.
Yeah.
With leadership college. Yeah, that's true.
That's a big one.
That's true.
I only started figuring out my purpose this year and I'm 27.
But if you had leadership back then.
If I had it when I was 18, 19,
yeah,
my life would be completely different.
Wow. So how do you sign up for leadership college?
So guys, you head to freechurch.life and everything's there. You need to fill in some forms.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a fee involved as well.
There is a small fee, but the heart behind it is not to make money.
That's true.
It's to bring up the younger generation.
Beautiful.
Bring up strong leaders in our community.
And then also if finance is an issue, I think you can obviously reach out to the church, to Free Church.
Yeah.
And I think that's, sorry, you were saying?
No, continue.
I think it's also a nice way, like you said, a nice way for you to find your purpose. So not your purpose only in ministry, but your purpose in life, whether it's career-wise, whether it's studies, whether it's just in general life. Nothing to do with church.
You don't have to work for a church afterwards or go into ministry.
Yes.
You can take those skills and transfer it into corporates or into entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And leaders can be people in a workplace.
I think we're all leaders in life.
Yeah, we all can be leaders, no
100%.
matter what position.
Yes.
There's always going to be a place where someone looks up to you.
100%.
Like just walking in here, Joel called me and he's like, hey, Keanan, come see this here.
Wow.
And even something like that, like you don't realize that these kids, like
it's eyes that's watching you.
Yeah, people are watching you. Like you said this morning.
With Micah.
Yeah.
Because like obviously I was getting ready for work and then Micah was like watching me the whole time. Obviously he's still 8 months. But I feel that they grasp a lot of things. They like watch every move that you make. And I think that's the same way besides with kids. There are other people that are like maybe I wouldn't say in a bad state because not to say we're better than anyone else, but I think there are people that are struggling with maybe with something and they're looking for hope and they see that hope in you. Where you have a testimony like, listen, I've been there, like you said, I didn't have a plan. I only started finding my purpose a few years ago, 2 years ago, where you actually figured out this is what I want to become or do. But if you had leadership college, it was going to be even, how can I say, better for you.
And I think it's not set in stone.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people transition to different phases in life.
Yes.
Like one stage, like Jono, for instance.
Yeah.
Jono was in Malaysia, now he's back in SA.
Oh, yes.
So those skills, they can be used in different areas and you don't, it's not that deep.
100%. It's not that deep.
You don't have to think like, okay, shucks. I have to be a graphic designer or I have to be a software engineer.
I don't even know. Maybe in the next 5 years, I'll be on a different journey. Maybe I'll be, like, I don't know what God's plan is for me.
Maybe you'll be preaching in the next 5 years.
Yeah, we'll see. But like, that's the thing. Like, I don't say that. And also what I've given a young person advice the other day because he was like, no, he feels like God wants to use him for this specific thing. Like, for example, preaching. So basically what I've picked up, I think he wanted to like, I wouldn't say, I might be wrong, wanted to like drop out of varsity. I'm like, I don't think God will make you start something without finishing it. So I think God will meet you where you are. So finish what you've started and then God will meet you there. And then you can also preach in varsity or at school, wherever you are. I don't think God is not a person that confuses or disrupts what your journey, when you're on a journey, basically.
Yeah, it's like a walk.
Yeah.
It's not a destination.
Yes.
That's a...
I got it. Yeah.
No. But I think you're right.
But I think exciting things are coming up, obviously, in the life of Free Church. Leadership college is starting next year. And also the Christmas Eve dinner. Are you coming?
Yes, of course, I'll be there.
Yes.
Guys, sign up. Sign up early. It's going to be awesome.
Dream Team celebration as well.
Dream Team is next week, Saturday.
Is it next week?
6th of December.
We're forgetting Carols.
Oh, Carols. When is Carols?
Carols is after Dream
the 14th.
Team. So
it's
this is why you don't run that.
See, guys, we don't have.
No, but that's
we don't have
this
a
might
list
even
yet.
go live. You don't know. So I think we should just continue with this.
This is gonna be. What can we call it? Something Wednesday.
This will be Thursday, though it's coming soon. So,
No, we will be on a different day.
A different day, yes. We'll be we'll just take Thursday out. So it'll be thoughts.
Shucks, guys.
Oh
yeah,
my.
hold on.
Oh, sorry. We just noted it says thoughts Thursday. So that's our podcast.
Okay.
Welcome to Thoughts Thursday. Well done. So actually, this is Thoughts Thursday. Gareth and Amy is on Thursday Thoughts.
This is pre-Thursday thoughts.
So sorry guys, this is actually Thoughts Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to Thoughts Thursday.
Yes.
So yeah, like we said, what's coming up? It's Dream Team Celebration.
Dream Team Celebration next Saturday, 6th December.
Yeah.
Sign up, guys, if you haven't already.
And then carols.
It's going to be a rock and roll theme party.
Rock and roll theme party. And then after that, it's your...
carols on the 14th.
Yes. And then after that is Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Don't forget to sign up, guys, please. I think we're about... But I think the thing that I'm most excited about is the Leadership College.
It's going to be
We
good.
need a few sign-ups, guys. I think sign up. And like I said, reach out to Free Church. And if you have any questions, you can also go search on our website, freechurch.life.
Yeah.
Am I right? Freechurch.life.
You should know that.
But guys, see you. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Hello and welcome to Thursday Thoughts.
This is the real Thursday Thoughts.
The real deal.
I really hope that you enjoyed Thoughts Thursday. I did. I think Lee-Roy and Keanan shared some incredible insight and wisdom. Come on.
What an incredible thing to have to walk into a room and somebody's already done your job for you. That is the goal.
It's a good thing. I was half expecting that in the beginning of it that they were going to say, I'm Gareth and I'm Amy, but they were just themselves, which is cool.
It does excite me for Leadership College that we're going to empower people to take initiative, get things done, make wise choices, invest in the young generation.
They chatted a little bit about Leadership College, but you're going to be pioneering that into 2026. So talk to us a little bit about the heart. I had a conversation with someone this week asking if it's someone who leads a church in another city, and they were asking, is this just like a free church thing, or could we send people from our community to join you guys for a year? So I was like, hey, absolutely, that's the heart. It's not exclusive to us. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I think we, both of us, have realized that we want to make a difference into the next generation.
Yeah.
And if we don't invest in the next generation, the church dies with us. So as we get old, the church will get old, and then it'll get empty. And I really honestly believe that the next generation is the hope of our nation, along with Jesus. So if we combine... gather some young people, combine a theology and a deep knowing of who God is and what He's called them to. It doesn't mean that you have to go into ministry when you finish the year.
Yeah, I think that's really important to be clear on. Like, this is not the idea that you go through Free Church Leadership College, then you're going to be leading a church. I mean, maybe for some people.
For some people, if you have a desire to go into ministry, 100%.
Yeah.
But if you have, either you don't know what you want to do when you finish school, or you finish studying and you haven't got a job, or you feel clueless about what should you be doing, what's wrong, what's right, what's up, what's down. This is a space for you. So we want to invest with theology. Who is God? What has He called you to? What is your purpose? What is your identity in Christ?
Yeah, and that's incredibly important as well, that the focus on identity.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of people, us included, that we're still on a journey of figuring out what is our true identity. And there's almost, I don't want to say wasted years, but there's a lot of time spent living 100%. Out of a false identity. And then for us, it's been like much later in life starting to understand who God says we are and living into that. Imagine what it could be like if you figure out your true identity when you're in your teenage years.
Yeah.
And in that like formational time, and you're clear on who God is, who He's made you to be, what you're on earth for, you can avoid a whole lot of
dumb decisions,
baggage creating years and unwise decisions. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we want to take, so the one section would be life and leadership. Another section would be life skills.
Yeah.
So the one section would be theology, the other section would be life and leadership.
Okay.
So that's life skills. It's the things that we wish
don't learn at school
that they taught us at school.
Yeah.
So basic things could be how to prepare yourself for a job interview. It could be So we're busy working on the content, and it's sitting on my desk. I'm trying to remember what it all is. But it's really some foundational stuff, also building into knowing who you are and what God's called you to,
Yeah.
but also just practically outworking that.
Yeah.
And then coupled with that, you'll be given a mentor that will walk the whole year with you, helping you to navigate all the decisions you have to make.
So that's kind of that's really like a mentor, it's a discipleship role.
Yes.
It's going on the journey together. It's regular check-ins. What are you learning? What is God teaching you? And helping share some thoughts and perspectives on the journey.
Yeah, and then we want to see people, the church doesn't exist for itself, it exists for those that are not yet in the church. So a large part of what the people that join Leadership College they'd be learning how to go on mission.
Yeah.
So that would be partnering with our local organizations, and then also an opportunity to go to Zambia to learn how to preach the gospel to unreached nations. So that's a skill a lot of us, that even some of us that have been following Jesus for a long time, don't know how to share the gospel in a simple, succinct way. So there would be missions part of the thing.
And just picking up on missions, I mean, Derek is putting together already the plan for next year to head up to Zambia. I think he said there's like 28 people who are in and going already. I mean, that's a massive team that's
It's
going.
amazing.
And hopefully there's still room for more for those who are still thinking about it. Maybe we've got to plan another trip during next year or to the year after. But incredible to see the desire in people to go and experience something of mission. Beautiful.
Yeah. And then there would be practical tasks that would have to be done on a weekly basis. So helping with set up everything for kids ministry and youth and worship and production. So there would be practical on-the-job training that also prepares you for life. How to have you have to have a plan and a to-do list and get things done by a deadline.
Yeah, and in there you're learning of taking responsibility,
and work ethic.
Working within a team, building cultures, and growing into leading people. To make things happen, do what needs to be done. Yeah.
So I'm busy putting together all the bits and pieces and all the details, and the more I sit with it and look into it and start to put the content together, the more excited I get. I really think that this is going to be a year that will transform people's future. And like I said in the beginning, if we can reach our young people and invest in them and put Jesus at the center of all that they're doing, they know their identity, they know their purpose, they're following hard after God, we can make a massive impact into this nation.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that's the goal.
So what is it? What's one thing that you need? I've got one thought. What is one thing that you going like? This is what we need next.
What we need next is there's a bunch of people that have reached out that said, oh, we're quite keen. I need them to sign up so that even if they're not sure, go onto the website, fill in the form, and I will reach out and contact you and we can have a conversation. If you don't have money, fill in the form. I will contact you. We can have a conversation.
Yeah, so so what I'm hearing is let's start the conversation.
Yeah. Don't
even
delay.
If you haven't decided what your plans are next year.
Yes.
If you fall outside the age bracket that's on the website, put in the application, let's start the conversation, let's go on the journey.
So I think a lot of people are kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, and I'm not sure about next year. Rather fill it in so we can have a conversation, we can be on the same page. Because as I'm preparing, I want to start praying for you, I want to help you to navigate, is this the right step for you? So fill in the form on the website, and then we can start the conversation.
Yeah. So and then the thing that I think would be helpful as well is to all those who are watching or listening, is to prayerfully consider how you can be involved in this. Maybe you've got a gift or talent that can add value into the Leadership College, into the lives of others. And that could be in a teaching role or a mentorship role, or maybe you have a business and later in the year can create some space for some of these students to come and be part of what you're doing in a work experience capacity. Or you could get behind Leadership College in prayer. Or you could say, hey, I've been blessed financially and I would like to sponsor some students or partially sponsor some students for their year and cover their fees or send them on a mission. So there's a bunch of ways you can get involved. And we'd love to have as many people within the free church community and beyond involved in this.
Another idea is if you have a business or you work for a place that has, so I'm thinking something like a restaurant, but perhaps it's different to that, where the students that are struggling financially that need some input can do some after hours work.
Yeah.
So they actually get some work experience maybe it is doing filing. I don't know what it could be. That you could give them an hour or two in the week that you could pay them, that they could put towards their studies or their travel expenses or something. So there's many, many ways that you can help make sure that this all gets off the ground.
Yeah.
But prayer is amazing.
And meantime, the office space here is getting ready. Preparations underway.
Ordering the furniture.
Everything's coming. The delivery guys keep arriving with more things.
Yeah, I need to know how much furniture to buy.
That's really
so
important.
Sign
Like,
up.
how many desks do we need? How many chairs are we going to need? Well, it depends on how many students there are, but let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Leadership College, and then I think something else just helpful to, and we can wrap up with this, but just to talk a bit about Draw the Line, which is, we're on day 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
So we started earlier in this week, and Draw the Line is part of 16 days of activism, standing against gender-based violence, which is primarily against women, but also against children.
Mm-hmm.
And we are collaborating in this initiative together with Fellowship City Church also here in Centurion, and Basadi Bamoshito Foundation, who is one of the NPOs that we're working with and supporting in the city. And they've got an incredible heart for this. Actually, that's where Basadi Bamoshito has been birthed out of, is people who have a lived experience of being victims of gender-based violence. Yeah. And their heart is really to help women who have been affected by that, but also to come alongside men who have come out of backgrounds where this is prevalent and help them be better men or bold men. So we're standing up as a community, as a church, and saying, hey, let's not just read about this on the news headlines, but actually be part of it, creating awareness in our own lives and in the lives of others around us, and say, as we follow after Jesus, it's a call and a responsibility upon us, not just to turn a blind eye to what's happening and think like, well, that's not happening in my family, I'm good. But actually to take the seriousness of the situation. And the stats in South Africa are horrifying when it comes to gender-based violence.
And the stats don't actually reflect, I think, what's true, because not everybody reports.
I think that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
It's something like, if I remember it correctly, something like 95% of rape cases are not reported, estimate. Which in itself, that tells a story.
Yeah.
So, every stat, you got to understand it. It's a stat. There may be some inaccuracies, but it's overwhelmingly negative.
Yeah.
So that's part of why we want to do something or be part of the solution. As Jesus followers, we're called to walk humbly and to love justice, and as we walk before our God. And there's a few ways that you can be involved in this. And the one is, we started with the 16 days, we started a WhatsApp group for the guys in Free Church. So it's called the Men of Free Church. And we're just sending out every day a prayer focus at 12 o'clock every day. And then this Friday night, so tomorrow night, we're gathering at the Free Church offices, so right here. We're going to spend an hour praying together. So we're going to get together from 7 p.m. and have some voice rolls and hang out a bit. And then from 8 to 9 p.m., we're going to be linking up with guys from all over South Africa, part of That Husband podcast, Hour of Prayer.
What if you've never prayed in public before? You've never prayed out loud before?
Well, then I would say sounds like this Friday is going to be your first time to give it a go.
But are you welcome to come?
Absolutely.
And be just say amen at the end.
Yeah.
You don't have to add your voice, but your presence and your amen matters.
Yeah, I think there's something important about just being in the room.
Yeah, I think that sometimes I remember as a new believer, I was intimidated at the thought of going to a prayer meeting.
Actually, that's helpful, because maybe some people who are watching, listening, have never been to a corporate prayer moment.
Yeah.
Like, how does it work?
That's terrifying. A whole hour
am I
of
going
praying?
to be given a microphone and have to recite prayers from childhood in front of all these people?
Yeah, the only prayer I know is Our Father, and then I'm going to be nervous, and then I'm going to forget the words.
So there's a couple of things that happen in a corporate prayer meeting. One is you got to encourage some people to stop praying so much and give others John.
True.
And then you've got to encourage those who haven't prayed much.
Give everyone a turn.
That their voice also matters and counts. So it's not that you have to, but we see, I think we're going to connect on Zoom with some other locations, but we're also going to pray in the room together. And I think there's something powerful when the guys come together and just with shared hearts for something. But it's important for me to be clear that it's not just a cause, it's not just activism for the sake of activism, but actually this is a calling upon followers of Jesus to live in accordance with this way. So it's not like 16 days, like, hey, let's all be aware of gender-based violence, and then the rest of the year we carry on for the whatever it is, 340 days.
Can I prophesy for a second?
Please do.
I think that this is the beginning of something that is going to involve the men of Free Church becoming who God has called them to be.
Yeah.
And
love it.
It's a first gathering that's not going to be the last gathering.
Yeah.
And it's going to be gender-based violence. I'm not minimizing, but it's going to be more than. It's not restricted to this moment, but this is a moment in time where, as the men gather, God's going to pour His grace upon you. God's going to pour His faith and His desire for men to rise up as godly men and make a difference in the society that we live in. So I prophesy that, I speak that over Free Church, that as the men gather this week, something significant is going to be birthed.
Believe it.
And from here, something amazing is going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think you're right. It feels like there's an excitement amongst the guys that, hey, let's be part of something. Let's be part of the solution. Let's be part of something that's bigger than ourselves. And a whole lot of this is, I mean, we were chatting a little earlier, right? Gender-based violence is the fruit of a root. So it's one thing to just, okay, there's an awareness of the fruit. And it's like you said, it's not to minimize it. But actually, for systemic change to happen, you've got to deal with the root issues. Yeah. So where are the root issues? And it begins in the heart of a man and a woman, but it begins in the heart. So when Jesus unpacks this in Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapter 5, that's where he begins. He says, hey, you've heard it said that you should not murder. But I tell you that you should not even be angry with anyone. And he begins there. And then after that, he talks about how that escalates into lust. And that's equivalent in his eyes to adultery. And then he talks about divorce after that. So it's this progression. And Dallas Willard writes about this as he unpacks Jesus' teaching in Sermon on the Mount. And he said, anger is the fundamental problem, the root issue. It's anger. From that flows pride, entitlement, contempt. So if we can solve the anger issue, that's going to bring about change in the country. But it begins in the heart of the individual.
Well, and I agree. And our upbringing, many of us have experienced gender-based violence in the home or absent fathers, and so people don't know how to interact.
Yeah.
Or they only know what they've seen, and so people think that it's right to treat
it's acceptable or normal or whatever. So
pornography has just escalated that, and even, dare I say, books like 50 Shades of Grey, which are addressed to women, normalizes gender-based violence in the women's mind. So it's not just a men's problem. Women are also being taught that this is okay through the content that we
there's
assume.
A massive cultural battle that we're fighting. I mean, culture in general, right? Versus the kingdom culture of Jesus that is going, hey, there's a better way to live than this. So there can be many reasons why we're angry in our hearts. It's the brokenness of sin. It's things that have happened to us. It's what we've experienced growing up. It's hurts that we've received. So the key here, as we go on this journey together, and you're speaking to the men about the men, but the key is not going like, okay, if the anger is the issue, I'm just going to try harder today to not be angry. Like, you don't not be angry by trying not to be angry. How do you do it as you follow Jesus? You make room for the work of the Holy Spirit who brings about a renovation of your heart, in Dallas Willard's words. Like, he begins it from the inside out and begins to re-architect your heart. And then you start to live in step with the Spirit, and over time, change happens. Yeah. And as the root issue is solved, then the fruit begins to change as well. And that's what we're aiming for. I mean, this is a long game, right?
Yeah. Keanan was talking about habits.
Yeah.
And it's renewing your mind becomes a habit, and then your behavior starts to change as well. So there's so much change that needs to happen, but God can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, if you want to be part of this and you're not part of this yet, get onto the website. You'll find under the events tab, you'll find the details for Friday night. Register on there. You'll find the link to the WhatsApp group on the sign-up page and the response that comes to you. Jump onto the WhatsApp group and come and join us. And let's pray together on Friday. Let's pray together in our different places every day at 12 o'clock. And let's see what God does with this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. I kind of have FOMO, but I'm going to stay at home and watch a girly movie.
Well, you enjoy that.
Thank
We'll
you.
be
I
here
shall.
at the office, and you might even hear us praying from home because it's just down the road. So
Maybe I will.
Let's see what happens.
Don't forget to sign up for all of the things. Be a people that signs up. So for prayer, you need to sign up so that we cater for you. For Leadership College, sign up. For Dream Team celebrations, sign up. For Christmas Eve, sign up, please, so that we can prepare with excellence.
Yeah, that's very good. So don't be. There's a couple of don't be's, right? Don't be the person who doesn't sign up
Yes,
and then arrives
and eat someone else's food.
and eat someone else's food. And don't be the person who signs up and then doesn't arrive and
yeah.
leaves your food for somebody else.
Yeah, then it's just wasteful.
And don't be the person who just doesn't do anything. But if you want to be part of it, we want to make it easy for people to know what's happening, to communicate clearly and well, prepare for you well. So please don't leave it to the last minute. Get onto the website, sign up for all the things that you want to be a part of, and we'd love to see what God does with this.
And then we start a new series on Sunday, so don't miss out.
Yeah, we do. It's called Unexpected Grace. It's going to be a very different Christmas series.
Be in the room.
Be in the room. Doors open at 9:45.